Here's Randall fixing a little primer. So I feel like the difference in a good paint job and a bad paint job, a lot of it is being able to align panels. A lot of people can't do that, or they're just too lazy to, and then you get a lazy job. So what I'm working on now, I'll actually show you here. So that door is closed and is actually just inside of this line. So when I started, it was sticking out. So basically what I'm doing, in order to suck this door into that, I'm adjusting the striker. So just taking a 3/4 wrench, loosen this, not too much, just enough to where it'll move. And then I move it just ever so slightly. Right there. It really didn't need much. The hinges on this side are really, really good. Somebody's already bushing the other side, but like this rubber will need to be replaced later. But as for now, let's see how she closes. Closed. Now we are, if I can zoom in, I think now we're about there. Let me show you. So like right here, if it's not excessively rocking, because this is a curve, this has a slight curve, this has a big curve. When that goes, see, this is a little bit, it could actually go in there, but if we check it, we checked it up here, it's pretty perfect. See, it rocks, but it doesn't. So you gotta compromise just a little bit. It can't be perfect all the way up and down unless you want to aggressively sand both sides, smear filler, then block that until that gap's perfect. I like to go with less filler. The filler that I have is just taking off those little tiny nicks and door dings, whatever. But you can see here, zoom out all the way back out. Okay. Yesterday I came in and sanded this front fender. It's really pretty good. Even hand sanded the bottom, all that. Up here, you can still just barely see some sand scratches in that. That's fine. What I was looking for was any old delaminated paint. It's got to go. You'd almost see some like here, just that little bit of stuff. I'll sand on that some more, but I knew I was going to, because I'll sand this whole door since I've done these few filler spots. Example here, you can see that light blue shining through. That's got to go. Up top I fixed my two big dents, and see, I just got a few low spots where that black is still, so that'll get sanded some more. I haven't even sanded that ridge yet, that's why it's black like that. I wanted to get the first coat of filler on this before I left yesterday so it could harden all night, and now I'll get back to sanding it this morning. So goal for the end of the day, get this whole side primed just like I did the other side, and then that'll have my epoxy primer over my bodywork. All that stuff will be sealed. It's actually a high build epoxy primer. I'll show it to you real quick. Little lock, all in one primer and sealer. If you thin it, it can be a sealer, but yeah, seems to be pretty good stuff. I got this from Summit Racing, which I think they only sell it by the quart, so I bought a quart, thought I would try it. When I run out of this, I'm going to switch to the Nason full epoxy. I got that from Benny Bullock, and it's also direct to metal, but yeah, it'll cover metal, it'll cover many substrates, it says, including bodywork. So it's high build stuff, fills in a lot of pinholes and whatever. And then I picked up some Dynamax glaze today, so hopefully it'll do the trick for me. If I have any spots I need to cover with this, any little tiny pinholes, nicks, whatever, but I'll put that on after I sand this stuff down. So. We are ready for prime time. It's going to be mixed 4-to-1. I'll use this one here. I like to mark my cup so I'll know. Also might add a little bit of reducer to help get it through my gun. So I'm going to mark that one off. And we're going to go 7, 7, and 7. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty level surface. Oh, chunky. Seven. Benny Bullock will tell you we need to stay on par, so that means paint, activator, reducer. This is actually hardener, but same thing. Come on up. Right there. And there's our reducer. There we have it. I'm not even using my drill today. Zoomy, zoomy. (10 to 15 minutes flash time. My gun out. This is just a, I believe it's a Harbor Freight special. No filter. Always filter everything before it goes in the gun. There we go. Put my leftover there. Put my filter on top of it so that help keep some trash out of that. Top on. There's a hole right there. You need to be sure that's open, or you will have a bad spraying experience. Move that back. Let's get in there. I like to do my body work portions first. Oh, wait. Safety. Safety. Safety first. high build, high build, high build. Hope y'all can see that. I know that one's gonna need some love. That's okay. Easy. Isn't that nice? High build. Oh yeah. Isn't that nice? Shoot up that real quick. We're doing all right. All right, I got this side primed. It's looking pretty good. You remember I did some body work there. Can't really notice there's a few tiny pinholes right there, but not bad. I did my body work here, a few pinholes. I'll put my glazing putty over that. Little nick here, not bad. Pinholes. But for the most part, the truck looks very straight. I don't know if you can see down it now. I mentioned lining up panel gaps. I did go ahead and pulled the cowl, loosened the two fender bolts, 1 and 2, and then when you open the door, there's a bolt right in there. I'll try to put my finger on it. That bolt there, loosened it, and that allowed me to basically push the fender in so that this gap's now lined up, which it's mucho nicer. And I even had to loosen the bottom. I went ahead and took that bolt all the way out for the inner fender, but there's 2 bolts. See if you can see them, 1, 2. Took those out, moved the bottom of the fender in to match the door. This gap's a little bit wider than I like, but the door opens and closes great. Come back to the tailgate, and the tailgate, whenever it would shut, it would actually, it would latch, but it would hang out like this, like that far. So step 1, I went ahead and just checked. This latch had actually been bowed that way. So I took a hammer and a piece of brass, held my brass here and hit hit that latch and bent it back in. I guess you could unbolt it and try to do it in a vise or something, but I was trying quick adjust there. Also, you can take a star bit, what is that, a T45, fits these strikers. So now I've got that side basically perfect. If I can get in on it. That's basically perfect. This side here, I'll show you real quick. It's sticking, hanging out right there on that edge. So I'll take my T45 again. You can see I've moved it in just a little. See that? That's where it used to be. So I'll loosen it again. Give it a little bit more inside. Right there, looks good. But this latch was not caved like the other one, so I'm wondering if maybe something heavy was on that side of the truck. It just caused it to have a problem, but that is much, much, much better. Look at here. Yep. Brand new. $50. Oh yeah. 2020. So you remember me talking about panel gaps and kind of fender alignment. What I've noticed here, I got my first coat of primer on this side yesterday. Whenever I run my block across this, example like this and that, that spot, which is a little bit darker gray, I didn't put another guide coat on this, right through here, basically from there to there, has not been touched yet with that block. So that means the top of this fender can actually come out just a little bit. Same thing down here. Notice that's darker gray, has not been touched by the block. So there's not very many flat spots. I know the truck looks, this is just a flat side of a truck. It's not really nothing's really flat. There's a big kind of complex curve is what I would call it, that runs all the way down that way. If I lay my flat block on it, you can really tell right there. So that's why I don't usually block sideways. I block up and down, kind of at an X pattern. So we notice here, just that quick run across. That one's a little bit better. Still hasn't been touched here. So I'm gonna actually move the bottom out just barely and the top out just barely. Then that's gonna leave this spot here. This thing, which I don't know if this is the original fender or not, it looks to be, kind of hangs over right there. So I can take my block of wood and a hammer and just tap that in, give it a little bend before it ever gets blocked. When I block that, I should be able to tell how tight this is. Now let's see what she looks like. there. A lot better. See, it could even come out just a hair more to be able to reach that, but it's getting real close. Real close. So here's what we're starting with. See that big overhang there? This is a smooth-sided block of wood, just a 2x4. I probably won't use the ends. I'll actually use the side that's a lot smoother. Find our flattest spot. And this is just a rubber mallet. I'll start with this. If that doesn't move it, then we may need to move up some to something bigger. Doesn't take much. Check out that gap. A lot tighter, a lot nicer. I'm gonna take my sandpaper and hit that again. I just went ahead and stopped sanding for a minute. I've been knocking off just some of this funk, not getting too close to my edges. I'm gonna pull the tailgate and lay it down eventually, but I was just looking at it. Wanted to do that while it's up high and nice. But I noticed there's a dent right here that sticks out. And I thought maybe somebody tried to stick a screwdriver in there or something. I don't know. But I'll be able to dolly that out pretty easy. But I looked to the inside of that, and there's the actually the piece that holds the tailgate. And see if I can zoom in on that. That's as crooked as a politician. So I'll go ahead and pull that off, straighten it out in the vise. It looks like it's been, maybe after it got bent or something, it just kind of rubbed there for a long time. So another problem that needed to get fixed real quick. No biggie. Or, you know, you start doing a little body work, and then a little more body work, and a little more body work. I guess maybe that's the name of this episode, is I'm a fool to do your body work.